All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. For those of you who are thirsty, it is Thursday. We're back here this week here in the cave. Tuesday, a little bit of Grand Funk Railroad. Break out your cowbells. Wanderlust Wednesday with Phoenix. Listomania in 1901. It's not so much that I'm out of topics. There's obviously plenty of topics. It's that what happens when I start thinking about what I want to do is my mind floods with all this music, and I'm like, wait a minute, but didn't I do that this then, and then do this band then, and I've done them twice, and that. No, I need to do something new, and then it's analysis paralysis, and that's where my problem is. And so then I finally decided to free myself of that and just just do episodes. And if it's a band we've covered before, with an album we've covered before, or a song before, so be it. 1,000 episodes. There's only a handful of you who've seen all 1,000 episodes. And you newbies out there, I don't know, did you go back to season 1 and try to get through those without the sound effects and the video effects and the quality? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But we're going to revisit some of those. Anyway, so that's the story there. I've been digging around the cave like I told you earlier, and then I found about this one here. Remember VHS singles? They had VHS singles that you could buy. Video singles. So you don't have to wait for MTV to play the video for you. Anyway, so I'm excited about today. We're going back to 40 years ago, January 13th this week. The Pretenders, a great band, The Pretenders, dropped their third studio album, Learning to Crawl, which is their highest charting album in America. It went to number 5 and number 11 in the UK. Back up the bus just a little bit. For those of you who don't know the Pretenders, I mean, you might know, but you don't know their story. Formed in 1978, British-American band. Chrissie Hynde from Akron, Ohio. You know that from the song. Moved to London at 22 years old in 1973. She's fooling around. She's working retail. She's trying to pull bands together. She's doing projects. She's connected to The Damned, The Clash, and the Sex Pistols. I don't know if you knew that. But her first project on her own, you got to be careful when you say the name of this, but the band, apparently, this is what it says on the internet, that her first idea was a band called Mike Hunt's Dishonorable Discharge. And that was with future Damned members and Mick Jones of The Clash and Sid Vicious. Apparently she taught Sid Vicious how to play some guitar. But anyway, they formed the Pretenders in 1978. They're trying to pull together a demo. They've got some songs. They don't have all the personnel together. That's Phil Taylor of Motorhead on drums sat in to try to work through those at first. But finally they get it all together, get their first album out, get signed. That first album, gangbusters, through the roof. Amazing. They did the Kinks song, Stop Your Sobbing. Kid, this is all 1979. Brass in Pocket, 1980. I mean, that was huge. Precious, Mystery Achievement. You hear that one all the time. Tattooed Love Boys. That was a favorite of mine. That was a video on MTV, and you don't hear that song ever. That's Wanderlust Wednesday right there. Mark, you just blew it. You're gonna have to do that soon. Second album, same thing. The same group. Just churning stuff out. Message of Love, one of the first Pretender songs I ever loved. Talk of the Town and I Go to Sleep. And then Tragedy Strikes. Within a short period of time, 2 band members die of drug overdoses, and they are left to regroup and try to figure out what that all meant. And that is where Learning to Crawl comes from. Apparently the album is named after Chrissie's daughter when she was learning to crawl while she was recording this. But certainly devastation here in the band, and you can see that through some of the writing there. They had some people guest on here. They had the Big Country bass player Tony Butler play on Back on the Chain Gang and My City Was Gone, which was the B-side. Paul Carrick, the man with the golden voice from Squeeze, Ace, Roxy Music, and a solo career. He played piano on Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And there were 5 singles off this record. Back on the Chain Gang, which is a tribute to those lost band members. The B-side of that, again, B-side of that one was My City Was Gone, which was, this could have been a single. I'm surprised that wasn't a single. 2,000 Miles, middle of the road, emotional. It's about the emotional and physical toll on musicians. And I forgot to mention that My City Was Gone is about Akron, Ohio, when she goes back and sees what happens. For those of you who didn't know, she says it right there, right down in Ohio. Show Me, awesome. Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And the B-side, Time the Avenger. What? Time the Avenger? I didn't learn about Time the Avenger until satellite radio or Pandora or something. I didn't hear Time the Avenger in the 80s or 90s or maybe in the 2000s. That's a great song. I love that song. So we'll get back to that. But so good, this record. Again, very popular. And they toured for a long time. I think I saw them in concert as part of a bigger bill along the way somewhere. I'm pretty sure. But I think she announced recently she won't be doing any of the hits. Well, if you come to see us, we're not doing that anymore. So I think that's what I read somewhere. So, song of the day from this record. How do you pick? What's your favorite on here? Back on the Chain Gang? Oh, that's all right. My City Was Gone? Awesome. For me, it's middle of the road. It's between Middle of the Road and Time the Avenger. I like that part in the middle of the road where she goes, when she go, I can't even make that noise. I should have listened to it ahead of time so I can make it better. I'm not supposed to sing here, I know. But I'm going with Time the Avenger. Wow. Time the Avenger pulls it out by a nose. Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. Anyone see them in concert in their heyday? Let me know. What's your favorite song off this record? Anyway, Thirsty Thursday, another one in the books. We'll be back for Octane Friday tomorrow. Whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.
Oh, the harbor and the city.